Here's something your cat will never be able to ask you for directly. They can't write you a list. They can't sit you down and explain what they need. They can't tell you when something is missing, or when something you're doing is falling short, or when the life you've built for them is everything they hoped it would be. What they can do is live out the answer in front of you every single day, in how they move through your home, how they sleep, how they seek you out, how their body holds or releases tension in your presence. A research team from Waltham Petcare Science Institute, Mars Veterinary Health, and the University of Bristol just published a validated feline quality of life tool in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery, built from data on 1,324 cats across the US and UK. Specifically because cats are so skilled at masking what they feel that even veterinary professionals struggle to read them accurately. Here's what most cat owners don't realize. Love for a cat is not one gesture repeated endlessly. It is 7 specific acts, 7 things your cat hopes you will give them, not once, not occasionally, but across the full span of the life you share together. Some of them you're already doing. Some of them might surprise you. Let's go through every one. Act 1. Learn their language before they have to repeat themselves. Here's the act most owners never fully complete, and the one that changes everything else. Your cat communicates continuously. Through posture, eye shape, tail position, ear angle, vocalization, and the 100 small behavioral signals that run throughout every interaction you share. Most of these signals pass unreceived, not because owners don't care, but because nobody ever taught them the vocabulary. The Feline VMA's 2025 General Principles of Feline Well-Being Position Statement is explicit, educating owners to understand the physical, emotional, and cognitive needs of their cat is essential to ensuring well-being. A cat who has to escalate their communication, who hisses because the subtle signals were ignored, who bites because the slow tail flick wasn't seen, is a cat whose language is consistently going unread. The act of love here is not dramatic. It is the ongoing, deliberate commitment to learning how your specific cat communicates, what their pre-overstimulation signals look like, what their relaxed posture feels like compared to their anxious one, what sound they make when they want you versus when they want to be left alone. Your cat hopes you will keep learning them for as long as you share a life. Act 2. Protect their sense of safety, especially during change. Here's the act that matters most during the hardest moments of a cat's life. Cats are creatures of environmental predictability. Their nervous system uses the consistency of their world as a primary stress regulation tool, and any disruption to that consistency, from a new baby to a house move to a new pet, activates a threat response that can persist for weeks or months if not actively managed. The Feline Veterinary Medical Association identifies a safe retreat, a space the cat controls completely and no one else can enter, as a fundamental welfare need at every life stage. Not a luxury. A need. Your cat hopes that when the world around them shifts, you will anchor it, that their safe space will always be available, that their feeding schedule will hold even when your schedule doesn't, that their environment will stay as predictable as you can possibly make it because their nervous system depends on it in ways they cannot explain and you cannot fully see. Act 3. Play with them, even when they're old. Here's the act most owners abandon too early, and the one that costs the most when they do. Play is not a kitten behavior that cats outgrow. It is a biological need that evolves in expression but never disappears. Senior cats play differently, shorter sessions, lower intensity, gentler toys, but the hunt-catch-kill cycle that play completes remains essential to their neurological health, their weight management, and the quality of their daily experience. Catster's June 2026 guide on cat life stages is direct. Playtime isn't just about energy or mental stimulation. It's one of the primary ways you and your cat form a lasting bond. A cat who plays with you daily at 8 is a cat whose relationship with you is still active, mutual, and alive. The day you stop playing with them is the day the relationship quietly shifts from interactive to passive. Your cat hopes you will keep showing up with the wand toy. Even when they're slower. Even when they lose interest faster. Even when 10 minutes becomes 5. The effort is the message, not the duration. Act 4. Take their health seriously before something goes wrong. Here is the act that, more than any other, determines the length and quality of their life. The PhelQOL study published in July 2026 was built on a foundational problem. Cats mask discomfort so effectively that welfare issues go undetected for extended periods, even by trained professionals. The average indoor cat lives 13 to 17 years with proper care. Most health conditions that shorten that span are detectable early and treatable early with consistent, proactive veterinary attention. Cornell University's College of Veterinary Medicine recommends annual exams for adult cats and 6-month checkups for cats over 12. Not when something seems wrong. Routinely. Before something seems wrong. Your cat hopes you will not wait for obvious symptoms. That you will take them to the vet before they have to reach the threshold of pain visible enough for you to notice. That their hidden discomfort will be found by someone looking for it, rather than discovered only when it can no longer be hidden. Act 5. Let them choose. Here is the act that builds trust faster than anything else, and the one most owners accidentally undermine daily. Every forced cuddle, every pickup that wasn't invited, every pet that continued past the first signal to stop, these are small trust withdrawals from the account your cat is keeping of whether their choices are respected. Fear-free happy homes, in collaboration with veterinary behavioral science, is clear: never force interaction. Consistent, loving contact offered on the cat's terms reassures them that they are safe, valued, and loved. The same contact imposed against their will communicates the opposite. Your cat hopes you will let them come to you, that the contact between you will always be something they chose rather than something that happened to them, that their no, expressed through turning away, flicking a tail, leaving a lap, will be received as clearly as their yes. A cat who knows their choices are respected will make more of them toward you. That is not a training outcome. It is a trust outcome, and trust compounds differently than anything else. Act 6. See them as they age. Here is the act most owners struggle with most, not from lack of love, but from not knowing what to look for. Aging in cats is gradual, quiet, and easy to attribute to personality rather than physiology. The cat who sleeps more, who jumps less, who is slower to the food bowl, who has stopped doing things they used to do. These changes are not simply aging. They are often early indicators of arthritis, hyperthyroidism, kidney decline, or cognitive dysfunction, all of which are manageable when caught early and costly when caught late. Cornell's veterinary guidance is direct. Growing older is not a disease, but the conditions that come with it deserve proactive attention. 6-month checkups for senior cats. Blood panels that catch kidney markers before clinical symptoms appear. A daily 5-second observation of how your cat moves, eats, and sleeps. Your cat hopes you will keep seeing them clearly as they age, not as the young cat they were, not through the comfortable assumption that slower means content, but as an individual whose changing body deserves the same attention it received when everything was obviously fine. Act 7. Stay. This is the simplest act on the list, and the most profound. Your cat's entire emotional architecture is built around one foundational belief: that you will return. That the departure will be followed by the arrival. That the person their world is organized around will keep showing up. Every consistent return deposits another data point into the accumulated pattern that makes felt security possible for a cat. The security doesn't come from love declared. It comes from love demonstrated repeatedly across the full span of a life. Your cat hopes you will stay. Not perfectly. Not without difficulty. But with the daily, ordinary, unglamorous consistency of someone who keeps showing up, who comes home, who fills the bowl, who sits in the same chair, who is simply, reliably still there. That is the act that holds all the others together. Actionable takeaways. Go through these 7 honestly. Not as a checklist to feel good about, as a genuine audit of where you are and where you could go deeper. The language, the safety, the play, the health, the choice, the seeing, the staying. Pick the one that resonates most right now, not the easiest one, the one that matters most, and give it your deliberate attention this week. Your cat can't ask you for any of this, but they are hoping for all of it. Every single day. Here's what 7 acts of love across a lifetime really means. Not grand gestures. Not perfection. The daily accumulation of a person who kept learning their cat's language. Who protected their safety when the world shifted. Who showed up with the toy even when the cat was slower. Who took them to the vet before the symptoms became undeniable. Who let them leave when they needed to leave. Who kept seeing them clearly as they aged. Who stayed. That is a life well given to a cat who cannot say thank you, but who says it anyway, in every slow blink, every quiet follow, every time they settle against you and let their eyes close. You'll know exactly what all of it meant. Which of these 7 hit you the hardest today? Drop it in the comments. And if there's one you know you need to do better, say it out loud below. Sometimes naming it is how it starts. I read every single one. If you made it this far, you understand something most people never will. Cats aren't just pets. They're complex, emotional, intelligent beings. Tap the video on your screen to keep learning the secret language of cats. And subscribe to Cat Class because understanding your cat changes everything.